you know it's only gonna get better. Yeah, the seasons know when to change. Better weather don't last forever. Oh, you know things never stay the same. Never stay the same. It's gonna get better. Never stay the same. It's gonna get better. 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 Easy to get caught up in the fight when you've been wrestling with the night, with troubles waiting there behind my eyes, evaporating with the new sunrise. Oh, the rain, no, the rain can't stay. When you feel like you're running in place, feel a shift in the sky gon' change. Take me there to the good old days. Cause you know it's only gonna get better. Yeah, the seasons know when to change. Never stay the same. It's gonna get better. Never stay the same. It's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. It's gonna get better.
What is up, good people? Hey, let me make sure. I'm just making sure we got audio and make sure we are good today, and you guys can hear me because we're doing the thing today. Let me straighten that out. Let me make sure you see. Let me just make sure you see that red streak up there because somebody in the studio has something to say
Oh boy.
about this red streak. Listen, it's the holidays, man. It's the holidays, so you got to get a little festive. Get a little red in it. Listen, before we go any further, let me bring you into let me show the co-host today. Miss Ashlea, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Not just your co-host for today, but your co-host
For the whole
every
thing,
time
every day, yes,
we
my
do
bad.
this show. Welcome back, y'all. Y'all know it's Rovember, so shout out to Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated. This is our centennial year. No, you better stop.
Okay, sorry.
You better
Okay,
stop.
all right.
Especially because you got that red in your hair. Lord Jesus, fix it.
What are you
Anyways,
doing?
Greater Progress, Greater Service. We are a historically Black community-based service sorority organization. However, we are all-inclusive and into the DEI of this world right now. So anyways, let's get into Davian's hair. So
Listen, let's get into it.
got into the studio today, and I was like, oh, okay. He took off, his little protective scarf or whatnot. And I was like, oh, okay, we added some red. And what did you say?
Listen, it's the holidays. It's the holiday season.
He's
Okay? Yeah,
he
we good.
had it. He said it's the holidays,
Holiday
y'all.
season.
I just started
Ready.
cracking up because,
Festive.
I'm gonna just set it out there. I guess he's changing the game, but usually it is women
Oh, here
of
we
a
go.
certain non-melanin that
Here
change
we
their
go.
hair for
Here
the
we
season.
go.
So I grew up in North Phoenix suburbia, and it just reminded me every fall or winter they went darker.
Uh-huh.
Every summer and spring they went lighter.
Yeah.
And so Damien is representing for the holidays.
Listen, for the holidays, folks, I think she just called me North Phoenix Karen. If I'm not, is that what just happened here? Listen, you got the little grays with the red, you sprinkle it in there. First of all, why did it take like 8 hours to get this stuff I was in the chair for like 8 hours.
Did they
She had
bleach
to go
it?
blonde,
Yep.
and then
You have to bleach it.
Bleach it all the way. I didn't know it was gonna take that long.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it was gonna be that much. But
Yeah.
I was like, oh, hold on. The way my bank account works, I got to transfer from my savings to my checking to make this happen. She hit me. But listen, shout out to my stylist. She is amazing. Bethany, thank you so very much for getting your boy right for the holidays. I dig it. I dig it.
Yeah, and shout out to these stylists. Y'all making bank because for a little bit of chemical, y'all be charging. But listen, we don't want our hair to fall out, and we want it to be the color that we want it to be. So we understand.
She did the thing.
And the red is red. Well, it's more of a burgundy. It's very Christmassy.
It's maroon like ASU.
Okay.
Homecoming weekend. What's cracking?
Okay, so
listen,
it's for the
homecoming. Hold on. First of all, it's homecoming weekend this week. Shout out to the Sun Devils. Homecoming out. Yeah, let's get it.
Yes, we are both alumni. Shout out to the Sun Devils. Y'all tear it up this weekend at homecoming.
Let's do it.
Listen, if you haven't been to the homecoming festivities, they are lit. I will not be there this weekend, but they are a lot of fun. Check it out. So Damien is double dipping right now. We've got the square.
She didn't see it.
I didn't even know. I had no idea.
Gotta coordinate.
So he's repping for ASU, and he's also repping for the holiday. So I'm just gonna have to call him like the chocolate Saint Nick. He's like the 2022.
I like that. That's a T-shirt. Chocolate Saint Nick.
And put your picture on with the glasses and the chains.
Facts. Listen, next week for sale, chocolate Saint Nick shirts. Everybody has to grab one. They will be available on madebypops.com. Matter of fact, let me show you. Let me get it in. If you haven't seen it before, you can pick up all the T-shirts and all the things that keep this show going at madebypops.com. We'll have the Chocolate Saint Nick shirts next week.
Chocolate Saint Nick. This is the 2022 Santa Claus represented with the hair, the color in the hair, the freshly done, the what do they call it? Salt and pepper beard. All the things. This is the new Chocolate Santa Claus for 2022, y'all. Grab your shirts next week.
Grab your shirts, madebypops.com. We'll also have ornaments up there. I'm gonna be doing a short run. I did ornaments last year, but I'm gonna do a short run of ornaments this year because I ain't got that much time. But we'll get some of those out. They'll be on the site.
What's on the ornaments?
Soon. All kinds of stuff like Merry Christmas, put names on some of the ornaments. That was dope.
Oh, so you can do your own, you can craft your own ornaments, your own sayings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything.
Wow.
So we'll have a few of those available. Not a lot because I ain't got a lot of time, but we'll make it happen.
I might get one. You know, we're newly married, so maybe put the Barbers on it or something.
First year Christmas.
First everything.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, we can do something like that. Maybe that'd be the Christmas gift. So, I don't
that's
have
so
to
nice.
put nothing else in the
look how kind he is.
Look, so kind. Listen, I'm so kind, folks.
The 2022 Chocolate Santa is going to gift me with an ornament.
Right now.
It's giving them out like Oprah. You get one.
You get an ornament.
No, sorry. It's just me. Not all y'all. Sorry. He's not giving them out like that.
Not everybody, right? Chocolate Saint Nick. Listen, I'm making gifts for everybody this year. I'm not buying anything for anybody. That's not true. I bought all the gifts for the youngest, I think, because he made a PowerPoint presentation, and he submitted. Yeah, my man made a PowerPoint presentation and was like, "This is what I would like for Christmas."
Of his Christmas list.
Very efficient. Very, very efficient.
He is definitely your son. That is like, how long was it?
It wasn't very long. So this guy, listen, out of all of them, he's the only one who doesn't really want much, right? Okay. So he had a couple things: AirPods, a gaming chair, and a new phone. That's it. So,
And he put it in a PowerPoint.
I'll share that with you guys later.
That is impressive.
But that's my guy. Put it in PowerPoint and made it happen. But today, folks, we are talking about self-care. But before we get into what we need to get into, y'all know what time it is. Here it is. The podcast is for educational entertainment purposes only. The content discussed is not a replacement for therapy or a formal therapy session or group. This is not therapy and or therapy group, and all content is generally based and not specific to any issue, problem, or person due to lack of a personalized information and absence of a signed agreement from all parties stating that this is a therapy session or group. Let's get it. All right, let's get into it. Self-care. Yesterday was a very, very amazing self-care day for me, and that's what we're talking about, folks.
Yeah.
Self-care. So yesterday, what I like to do during my self-care time, I like to make stuff. I like to craft.
You're
I like
a crafter.
to do all that stuff. So yesterday, I took a sewing class. All right, so sewing class was 7 hours. But first of all, that's what I said. When I saw it, I was like, you know what? Hey, I'm going to be done in 3, right?
Okay.
This ain't nothing. I got this. I started at 10, and then at 5 o'clock, I was like, oh, man, I got enough time. I need more time. So essentially, I made a hoodie from scratch.
No way.
From scratch.
Like you
it up.
sewed it and everything.
Cut the fabric out, put it together, measured the whole thing, the whole nine. It was a great class. It was amazing. Shout out to the ladies at Bernina Connect, I think is the name of the store, Bernina Connect, off of Indian School.
Yeah.
But they hooked your boy up yesterday. They were very, very great, walking you through the process, walking you through the pattern. But it was like time for me to like concentrate on that thing. I was emailed all yesterday, which is first.
Good for you.
But really taking care of myself. So as we go into these holiday season, the holiday season, you got to prep yourself for, it's like pre-self-care, right? As you go into this family stuff, it's like pre-self-care.
It's so true.
Right? So let's talk about that, Ashlea. What do you think about self-care?
This is so true. So y'all know this is one of my favorite topics. This topic I talk about a lot. I've done a lot of speaking engagements on it. So let's talk about self-care. So first of all, I want to point out, good job to Damien for doing sensory invoking coping skills. Any type of craft. Run
that back in. Hold on, because I think I want to make sure the people get it, because they might have missed it. It's one of those, professional, titles or saying me. I was like, I was chilling in the sewing class, and she was like, sensory invoking. Tell the people again, actually. Tell them again.
So of course, anytime Damien's gonna get his accolades, it's gonna be a rewind on this program. So y'all just get ready.
Stay ready.
Just so you're always gonna know what he has done well at. So he did a great job of doing sensory invoking coping skills, and I'll get into why those are so important and how it helps your body. But sensory invoking coping skills are based off of the 5 senses, so touch, taste, smell, sound, and sight. And crafting or arts and crafts are very, very good for sensory invoking coping skills. Basically, in short, it calms your nervous system. Your nervous system is built of 2 different parts. There's the parasympathetic and the sympathetic. The sympathetic is your threat response, so your fight, flight, freeze. So this is, when you're nervous or when you're anxious or when you're angry or when you feel you're in danger, this nervous system pops in and gets to work, and your body automatically picks either fight, flight, or freeze. The parasympathetic is your rest, sleep, and restore. This should really be our baseline, but most people, especially after the pandemic, are probably still in the sympathetic of fight, flight, or freeze. So a good way to get yourself back to rest and restore is to do sensory invoking coping skills. So yesterday he did sewing. So we're touching on sight. We're touching on touch. And then depending on if they were playing music or if the lady's voice was soothing, it may have been sound. Depending on if they had snacks, there may have been taste. And then, of course,
there were snacks. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You're not going to put me in somewhere for 7 hours and not have no snacks.
I figured.
All right. It was great.
I figured. So as you can see, him doing sewing, it basically hit on many of the core sensory invoking coping skills, which calmed his heart rate, which then put him in rest restore. And why is this good? Because when you're in your threat response, one, for your health, it's not good because your cortisol levels are high. That's the stress hormone, and that creates disease. As we've mentioned before, dis-ease, emotional dis-ease can create disease, and disease can create emotional dis-ease. So stopping throughout the week, I tell my clients at least 5 minutes a day in the morning or at night, do a sensory invoking coping skill. And we'll go through those a bit more. But once again, Damien got out of his normal environment. He tried something new, which his type of personality needs to be constantly challenged, needs to be doing new things. So that's calming to him. And he also did something that was based on touch, based on sight, and any other taste, since they had food. If there was music playing, once again, it would have been sound.
That's the only thing that they're missing. They didn't have music in the background, and I don't want to have my headphones on, in the mix,
right? Because
a lot of people are there. Yeah. So that's the only thing I was missing yesterday.
Okay. But yeah, so that's perfect. So 7 hours, as he said, he didn't check his email, which is a big one for self-care. A lot of times, women will be like, oh, I'm going to go to the nail salon, or I'm going to go to the gym, or I'm going to do whatever for self-care, but we're still on that email. We're still on that phone. So, putting the email on your phone was a good thing for businesses, but it's not always a good thing for our health. So let's review these sensory invoking coping skills. So my favorite one is smell. I have candles all over my house. I have wallflowers over my house. Shout out to Bath and Body Works and all of the candle makers out there. I'm getting to the candle makers out there.
Okay, all right.
I'm getting to your sister Toya who makes candles, Tricky Royalty. I'm getting
Make
to
sure
my
we shout him out.
soror, Tris Kindred, who makes Melee candles. I have another soror who makes candles. All of the candle makers out there, I'm not hating on you. Your candles are in my house too. But I have to say Bath and Body Works because they have my wallflowers, and I love those. So make some wallflowers for me, y'all. But anyway, smell is a huge sensory-invoking coping skill. You'll notice that your shoulders, if they're up here or you're stressed out, they're kind of go down. But once again, when you light a candle, you want to be in a calm space. You want to be sitting down. You want to be relaxing. Those type of things. Or you can do it while you're working. That'll also get you in a calm space. We have sound. So, of course, we know that music has so many healing properties. We know that when a baby listens to music in the womb, it makes blood pump through the brain, which creates more brain functioning. But other ways you can do it is we have all these apps these days. Calm app. You have YouTube, which beach sounds, which is my favorite. When I'm doing teletherapy all day, I'll put beach sounds in the background. I have clients who listen to the rainforest at night, thunderstorms, or if you're just a music head, you love different types of music, you know that certain music can put you in a good mood. So a lot of times for me, I put on Megan Thee Stallion when I'm in the gym. You know what I mean? But if I want to be calm or I need my spiritual side to be rejuvenated, I'm going to put on gospel music, So it just depends. But the thing that I always tell people about sound is if you're sad, please don't put on sad music. We're trying to get out of the depression.
Listen, we don't want to hear, I'll see you at the crossroads. You won't be lonely. See you at the cross. Don't put that on when you're sad. That's good. Or what's another one?
I always think of P. Diddy Missing You, that really sad one about Biggie. Yes, that one is sad. So if you're depressed, if you just went through a breakup, we don't want you to put on sad breakup songs. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. Yeah. Well, that one might work for you, actually, if you're trying to, just get away from it. But anyways, you all hear what I'm saying.
That's
Taste. I have mints in my office. People come in, they're stressed out, trying to get to my office on time. Their shoulders are up here. They sit down on my beautiful red couch, pop a mint. You see them kind of take a deep breath. Bubbles are good. Don't laugh at me. I had 40 men in a rehab be like, oh, Ashley, forget about these bubbles. Those fools started blowing bubbles, running around the room, happy like little kids laughing. The nice thing about bubbles, Damien, is it makes you take a deep breath. Most people take really shallow breaths. So you get a deep breath out of it, and then you get the visual, the sight part of the actual bubble. So I do it when I'm in traffic so I don't get frustrated. It's a good anger management skill.
Maybe I need some bubbles in the truck.
You probably do.
I need some bubbles in the truck.
You travel a lot.
Yeah, I can't get them through TSA though. They probably throw those joints away. And they're small size.
Well, and bubbles are cheap, so who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll get some bubbles.
I usually get like the party pack ones.
Yeah.
So, they're tiny. They can fit in your car consoles. Yeah, but so sight. Let's go to sight. If you are a person who loves to watch puppies and dogs and animals on Instagram and YouTube, this is probably you. If you're a baby watcher on YouTube, this is you. Love sightseeing, hiking, those type of things. Sight is probably your thing. So it's really important in your house that whatever is in your house is calming to you, whatever's on the walls, whatever colors you have. These things are really important because your brain develops the most in the 5 years of life, and it develops off of these sensory invoking coping skills. Hence why you see toddlers grabbing things and they're immersed in colors and sound. It's because literally blood is pumping through their brain faster, which is making it grow because the brain is a muscle based off of this sensory invoking coping skills. So it's just natural that you would be calmed by these sensory invoking coping skills.
You know what I like watching sometimes?
What's that?
There's a YouTube channel, and I'll try to find it. There's a YouTube channel that is a camera that sits, I've never been there, that sits over I guess it's like a town square in Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
Yeah.
And it's just people walking around.
It's
One day I turned it on, and it was like an hour later, and I was like, I've been watching these people at this square for like an hour at Jackson Hole. I've never been there. It makes me want to go to Jackson Hole, but I've never been there. It's like just a town square, and the people, it's the camera, it's like in the center, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, oh, this is awesome. But what's that dude doing over there? Hey, let me call the police because that dude looks suspicious. But I'm all watching this live on YouTube. That helped me relax. And, I forgot about some stuff I was supposed to be doing on the computer. But that kind of helped me relax. Jackson Hole, Wyoming. It's like a live feed. I don't know if it's still live. I don't know. But you guys might want to check it out. Jackson Hole. Hey, listen, before we move on, we have an amazing partner. If you guys don't know, I am a social influencer for a company. And that company is our sponsor. That company happens to be Go High Level. All right. So listen, let's run this real quick. Check this out.
Welcome to High Level. We're an all-in-one platform that gives you everything you need to capture, nurture, and close leads like never before. In High Level, you'll find features like a full CRM, funnel, website, course, marketing automations and email builders, a consolidated email, SMS, WhatsApp, and social chat stream, reputation management, social media posting, and so much more. And the best part is, High Level is fully white labeled, which means you can brand the platform and mobile app with your logo and company colors, then resell it to your customers for a monthly subscription that goes straight into your agency's bank account. The powerful combination of software plus your service and expertise will drive your customers' retention and your profits through the stratosphere. Sign up for a 14-day free trial today.
All right, so forget about the 14-day free trial. If you go to mrhighlevel.com, you can get a 30-day free trial to go high level, to try it out, get your business right, get your money right, especially coming up with the holidays. Listen, if you are trying to push any Black Friday deals and stuff right now, one, you need to have them already done because people started this year Black Friday like November 1st. Early, but listen, there's still time for you to get in. You need some automation help, mrhighlevel.com. And we will get you right. Now, back to self-care. Ashlea just touched on sight, right? So what's next?
So first of all, though, we have to roll that back because I just want to basically say that Chocolate Saint Nick over here is the new big brother of Jackson Hole. Shout out to Jackson Hole. If there's any of you listen to this podcast, please let us know that you're in the chat because I have to ask y'all some questions. Do you know you're being filmed? Do you know people across the country are watching y'all in your Times Square? And Jackson Hole, why? Why, what, when, where? Whose idea was this? Please.
I don't know, but I'm snitching on everybody. You know, if you walk across the street without that crosswalk sign, I'm calling the cops and I'm telling them I'm Tekashi 6ix9ine and everybody jaywalking, blue shirt jaywalker. I'm doing it. Blue shirt jaywalker, white New Balances. That guy. Get him.
I can't. All I have to say is that the world has gotten so much. Well, I don't even know if it's gotten weirder, but all the weird things are just put on blast. So, once again, anybody in Jackson Hole, please let us know why. Like, why is there the opportunity for those of us not there just to stare at y'all walking to the Times Square, look at you? It's like a weird Hallmark movie, except you don't have any sound.
Right. There's zero sound to it. There's like no soundtrack at all. It's just
what in the world?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so touch is the next one, which obviously Damon was doing in his sewing class. Touch is huge for me as well. Fuzzy blankets, fuzzy pillows, weighted blankets, weighted pillows. If you have an anxious kid or if you're anxious yourself, weighted blankets are actually really good for that. In my office, I usually give out Play-Doh. Play-Doh is kind of a triple threat. Some people like the smell. Listen, to each his own. It smells like salt. And then you got the visual, the sight with the color. I let them pick their color. And then, of course, you've got, it's just mushing it in your hand or rolling it or making something out of it. I have lawyers doing this, like when they're, on long Zooms, just kind of rolling Play-Doh in their hand. It's just calming. Also, if you're at long conferences and you have trouble sitting or paying attention for over 30 minutes, touch things help. There's all these fidget spinners. Michael's usually has stuff on sale for like $1 or $2 in those little kitty bins. Most of that is touch. So touch is a huge thing for some people.
Yeah, I have a weighted blanket. I love that thing. I haven't used it in a while. I haven't necessarily needed to, but I love that thing. I think it was a gift a couple years ago.
That's dope.
But it's, I sleep under it. That thing like calms, keeps me cool, relaxed. Yeah. I love that. I would like a cooling heated blanket. They make those? I don't know. I gotta check.
I don't know if they make those. I feel like I'm gonna say blanket. Yes.
Listen, Chocolate Saint Nick has putting his gift list out there for yours who's watching. A cooling heated blanket. Send it my way. I need one of those bad boys. That's it.
If someone sends him to this, I am gonna fall out. So please do it. It'll be a top of my show.
Send it.
We'll have to you can call it or something. I don't know, but this is gonna be hilarious. Send it in.
Send it in. Cooling, weighted blanket. You probably find it on Amazon. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, folks. So we got sight, touch, taste, smell. What's left? Did we hit them all?
I always forget the last one. Did we do? We did sound.
Sound.
We did them all.
Yeah, we got them.
We did them all.
We got them.
So the last thing about self-care is you want to hit it in 3 categories. You want to hit it in mind, body, and soul. So mind is building your emotional maturity and your emotional intelligence. Can you identify your emotions? Can you stop, pause, and think when you're going through a difficult situation so you don't erupt or do an action that you would rather regret later or say something that you would regret later? Can you manage your emotions? Can you regulate them? And can you put in self-care at the right time? So I always tell my clients, stop, pause, think, put in a sensory invoking coping skill, and then create a solution that works for couples, that works for individuals, that works for your coworkers, all the places, all the things around. When we go to body, this is talking about working out your physical body. So even if you're crafting, that's still taking down the stress in your body, in your nervous system. So we could count that. But more so, your typical exercising, if you're going to do yoga, if you're going to take breaks at work because you don't usually do, and you're going to walk, or even if you're just going to go outside and sit and do some grounding techniques, like look at the butterflies, or whatever the case may be, going to the gym, going hiking, swimming, biking, whatever the case may be, but getting those breaks in where you're doing something physical. Listen, when we were little, we had recess every day.
Every day.
And now that we get older.
Well, let's back up.
What?
Some people didn't have recess every day.
What do you mean?
Them bad kids, they didn't get to go out on recess. Not everybody. Listen, it's a privilege. All right? Not a right to go outside.
Rude.
Listen, it's a privilege, not a right. If you was bad in the classroom, you had this detention or whatever. So not everybody had recess every day. I just want to put that out there.
So I feel like Damien is talking about him.
Listen,
but we will get, this is not all about him. So we will get to him later. But the crazy thing is, it's good that you bring that up, Damien, because a lot of alternative schools are doing it differently. That those kids that we would usually coin bad, which we don't want to coin them bad because it sticks with them forever. It creates a trauma. But those kids who are acting out in class, shut up. But those kids that are acting out of class, instead of sending them to detention, they're sending them to yoga. So if a kid is acting out, making them sit in class longer isn't really going to change the situation. They have a lot of pent-up energy, a lot of pent-up emotions, and making them sit probably isn't going to help the problem. Damien's over here laughing. What is this supposed to say?
Listen, when I was a kid, I can just imagine, when my grandma told me go get the switch or my mom, go get the switch. Listen, I'd rather go to yoga. All right? And see how well that would have went over. I'd rather go to yoga instead of get this butt whipping. But I'm glad the kids have an alternative to getting beat. And they're in a space that's helpful for them.
Right. And obviously I'm not saying that, other consequences such as taking things away or whatever aren't needed. But I'm just saying that yoga gives the kid the opportunity to calm their nervous system, to regulate, to learn how to regulate, so they can do that as an adult. Instead of, consequencing them for sometimes things that they can't help. That's all.
Got it.
But do your physical. So physical is important. The mind and the body are all interconnected. So, of course, going to the doctor, checking on your health. Go to the dentist. Man, did you guys know that when you have infections in your mouth, because your mouth is connected to the rest of your body, it can cause diseases elsewhere. So please don't hold off on that. Go every 6 months. And then, of course, we've got soul. So whatever you believe in, whatever God you do or don't believe in, if you meditate, whatever connects you to people and the universe or something higher, make sure you're taking space and time to take care of that part of you. So those are the 3 parts of self-care. Get your mind right, get your body right, get your spirit and your soul right.
Yeah, that was one of the things for me a few years back, about 5 or 6 years back. Started going to the doctor regularly. I had stopped for years.
Yeah.
That was a big part of getting back, getting my mind or my body right, going to see a doctor. Fellas, you got to go do it.
It's very
There's all
important.
kinds of stuff with us that, happens earlier than we needed to because we're afraid of those folks. So make sure you're hitting the doctor. Make sure you're hitting the dentist and all the pieces taking care of you.
Yeah, because preventive care is important. My best friend Nikki is a public health analyst for the government, and she literally just told me this stat yesterday that they found that men who are married actually live longer. And we all know why, because your wife is on your booty telling you to get to the dentist and the doctor and da-da-da-da-da.
Get right.
So let's work on that, man, especially
right,
you
folks.
guys, but everybody.
All right, Ashley, we're coming up on time.
Wow.
Man, that was so fast.
We
today.
gave a lot of info.
We did. Today was the day. Listen, folks, if you need the help, especially during this holiday season, we want you to get it. FavorGraceUnderFire.com.
Yes.
Go grab an appointment.
Yes.
Get the help. Right now, I mean, telling you the holiday season is where it all comes down, where it all is heavy.
Yeah.
Facebook laying people Meta laying people off.
Yeah.
People getting Amazon laying people off.
A lot of places.
A lot of places. So
it's horrible.
if you need the help, don't sit in the space by yourself. Make sure you go get help. FavorandGrace.com is a perfect place for you to go get that help.
Yeah.
And then while you're strolling the internets on your way to Favor and Grace, maybe you're in Uber or something, make sure you go to madebypops.com, buy a ornament or buy a T-shirt. The chocolate St. Nick shirts are coming. I'm telling you.
You should put on an ornament too with your face.
Oh, yes. Okay. All right. Look, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do like a combo package, right? An ornament, maybe a mug, and a T-shirt. Chocolate St. Nick coming soon. You got to get it. We'll have it all for your holiday time. Ashley, what else you got for the people?
Oh my gosh, I just want to say it'd be even funnier if you made socks. Now, I would probably wear the socks. That would be dope because, we got our family matching pajamas. So then, we put your face with your little red and it would be hot. But anyways, folks, we are so happy to see you again. Tune back in next week. If you haven't seen Wakanda Forever, you're missing out.
Oh, go see it.
And the new Emmett Till movie is out, so check out both of those. Support the culture.
What was the second movie?
Emmett Till.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I did see both of those.
Yes.
Yeah, Emmett, oh, man, we got it. Oh, we're out of time. But
we'll talk about it next week. We'll talk about it next week. Come back next week, people.
Come down next week. Okay. Listen, go get help. Anything else, Ashley?
No. Oh, I'm hiring a new therapist because the rest of us are booked. So if you really do want to get in, this will be the time because I bet she's going to be full by January, y'all. So
bye, fool. Yeah. Listen, folks, it's been real. As always, have a good day. Be better to each other and be better together.
Yes.
We are out. The podcast is for educational entertainment purposes only. The content discussed is not a replacement for therapy or a formal therapy session or group. This is not therapy and or therapy group, and all content is generally based and not specific to any issue, problem, or person due to lack of a personalized information and absence of a signed agreement from all parties stating that this is a therapy session or group. Let's get it.